Under your chairmanship, Sir Christopher, and I congratulate my right honourable friend, the member for Delyn, for securing this important debate. In the short time that I have, I want to just make a particular appeal to the Minister. The approach to these new psychoactive substances, unfortunately, is repeating the same failed drugs policy that we generally apply. And I'm quite saddened, having taken part in a number of these debates, and I did serve on that original bill committee, that the government does seem to ignore pleas to pilot evidence-based harm reduction treatment programmes that I believe have been advocated by honourable and right honourable members on all sides of the House. My own view, Sir Christopher, is that we really need to look at this issue. If we continue to criminalise users rather than treating addicts and referring them into a public health programme and as a public health issue, we just risk repeating, making the same mistakes over and over again. I wanted to thank Chris Hicks and the 8 leading UK drugs policy organisations for kindly including me in their correspondence to Amanda Healy, who is the Director of Public Health for Durham. And I do share their concerns at the alarming high rate of drug-related deaths in my area and the increasing use in psychoactive substances, in particular spice. I know it's particularly looking at psychoactive substances, but just for the record, I think it's important that we recognise in 2016 there were 3,744 drug-related deaths in the United Kingdom. That's the highest number since records began in 1993. The national drug death average is 44 deaths per million. In the North East, that figure is 77 deaths per million. So we have a large and growing problem. My plea is we need to address this as a public health crisis. We need to ensure that we have the correct investment in education, in health interventions, and we need to try and ensure that we have a coordinated approach. I have a very short time, but I do think the figures stack up. If we look at the cost to the public purse of treating an adult, of dealing with the costs, the police, social services and other costs, I believe that's calculated at £65,000 compared to a treatment programme of about £15,000. These are figures that were given to me by my own Police and Crime Commissioner. So I would appeal to the Minister to look at the evidence and look at public health interventions, and also look at a specific pilot scheme somewhere in the country where there is support for such an initiative. And I'm sure it would have tremendous support for such an approach.